or not understanding kind of stuff also, guys, you can ask me anytime. Sometimes I am unable to give an answer in a WhatsApp. You can better put it in a group if you really issue is there, because if anyone already know how to solve it or someone knows how to solve it, so they will tell you how to do it also. And my another suggestion is, tomorrow onwards I will start my meeting at 9:30, 9:40 I will start the meeting. 10 o'clock, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. By that one I will start the class. So what you do is, the simplest thing is, what I am trying to say is, what you do is, what I'm trying to say is, yeah. So you got a 15-20 minutes of time. Meanwhile, you guys also share things like about a class or questions related to the classes happen, like that. So you can talk, you can ask questions. Okay, so like that. So based on our previous day class or any doubts regarding the earlier classes, you can discuss also. So the discussion will give you better knowledge, better way of presencing thing instead of sitting in home and reading. Okay. The first thing I want to show you about a device management. Okay. So what is the device management? So earlier also we discussed about installed drivers. After installation of your operating system, you must install device drivers. Okay. Installation of operating system, you have to install device drivers. So what is this device drivers? What is the use of device drivers? Look at here. Guys, can you able to see the screen, right?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm doing a small block diagram wise to understand this. Okay. So this is my hardware. It means my motherboard connections and everything is there. So this is my hardware layer. Hardware means CPU, RAM, my motherboard, hard disk. Okay, like that's your graphic card, not GPU. It is a graphic card, GPU. I will put a GPU. Okay, audio chipset, like that. Whether it is physically can able to see or not, that is, you have a hardware part is there. What is the use of your operating system? OS. What is the duty of OS?
To provide an interface.
Very good. So it run applications. Okay, you can run applications. So that related platform it will create, and also interface to the users, right? It is give interface to the users. Like you are sitting here, user, and user interacts to the operating system and runs applications, right? I'm running a paintbrush and I can able to see that one. I can able to interact with the paintbrush. Okay, and it is an application, right? So this part of operating system is called shell. When you come to the shell and kernel, so mostly we heard in a Linux and Unix only. But whatever it is, operating system meaning is two parts. One is shell, another one is a kernel. So in a operating system also interact with your hardware. So you don't know how to operate. Maybe if you are belongs to CS, CIT, PCE, so you may have a 8086, 8085 processors and how to feed a program inside, right? So manually we are inserting a program, right? So, but operating system, why we are using an operating system means we don't require manually feed a program to your hardware. You don't need to understand how hardware is functioning. 100% not required. So basic people, a lot of people don't know how computer works also. They're using computer. My nephew is there daily is online classes, online examination, everything he use it, but he don't know what is there inside. In general, I'm telling. He knows, but he don't know much. So this is the kernel part. So the kernel program understand how hardware is functioning. By default, when you install an operating system by default, inside operating system, there is a generic drivers are there. Generic drivers. So what is this generic drivers? Nothing but a drivers are nothing but a small program only. Nothing but a software. Normally we feel software means a application. So software or a program is nothing but a software or a program it is. So what is a program means? This generic drivers make your operating system kernel to interact with a specific hardwares like your graphics, your hard disk, your motherboard related components, RAM, CPU, like that. A basic generic drivers are there. Sometimes we need a specific drivers. For example, I have a network card, NIC card is there. My operating system don't know how to work with that NIC. Operating system knows there is a NIC, but how to work with the NIC, operating system don't know. Okay, operating system don't know how to interact with a particular device like a NIC or a graphic card or audio chips. Okay, you don't know how to interact with a particular device. So NIC is a manufacturer. I am taking example NIC. NIC is a manufactured by some other company. For example, I'm going to Realtek. Realtek. Audio drivers are there, so you can go to audio drivers or NIC drivers. Drivers. See? So Realtek is manufactured a NIC, okay, or a audio chip, like that. So different type of companies manufacturing different things, right? So what happened here? It is so whenever they're manufacturing some NIC LAN card like that, so it is also develop a drivers for our operating system to understand. Different models are there, guys. So definitely you have to check what model it is, what type it is, like that. Okay. So what we do, we install a driver software. We install a driver software. So operating system will give that drivers main files to our kernel. Through kernel, we can able to interact with the NIC. If you don't install and your operating system not understanding, then you can't work with the particular device. Same goes for a graphic card. I install a graphic card. My operating system is unable to understand how to interact with the graphic card. So my graphic card is useless now. So what to do? So take the driver software, install the drivers, and interact then so your system understand how to interact with the particular device. So there is a by default certain drivers are built-in drivers are there. The built-in drivers in the operating system. Sometimes you have to install the particular drivers to it. So then we can able to interact with your hardware. One more small I will tell, that is called a printer. So because some people know already how to. So I connected a printer. Okay, so either USB port or anything, I connected a printer. So it is a situation I will explain what it is. Okay. I connected a printer. So what happened? So my hardware sense, my computer sense there is a device is connected. There is a device is connected. So when it is sensed, device is connected, and it is search for the. I will take another color for explanation. It is search for the drivers from the kernel. So when it is new device is connected, it search for the drivers in the kernel. If drivers are not available, in the kernel, either it is a generic drivers or a printer, specific printer like a HP printer is there, for example. Okay, that HP model, for example, what is my HP model? Is a 410. Morning only I worked on it, right? So this is my model number. Okay, so what happened? So it search for these drivers in the kernel. Okay, the model based on the model of the printer, it search for the drivers. Drivers are not available. Then it pop-ups like device is found. Drivers are not there. Install the drivers. So what we do? We install the drivers.
Drivers.
We download the drivers, or we have a CD. In the CD also we can have some drivers, right? So HP 410 printer and scanner drivers. So go to the website or a CD. So download the drivers. Okay. So where it is? Yeah. Download the drivers, and you have to check which operating system, which bit. 32-bit, 64-bit, or Windows 10, or Windows 8, or Windows 7. Okay, then you have to click install, means it will download small package and it will install. So whenever drivers are installed, installation is shell mode. Once it is installed, it give it to our kernel. So then kernel can understand how to interact with this printer. Means when you given a print, you selected a printer, then print job is loading to. I will take the blue color for that one. So here it is. I have a document. So user, where is the user? Here it is user. User see a document. He given a print and told take the print from here. The print job is loaded to our kernel, and kernel to our hardware connection to printer, and we got a print finally. So this is how drivers are works. Okay, guys, again remember one thing is important. 4-bit, 32-bit. Okay, so I have a hardware, means my CPU is 32-bit CPU. Then I must use operating system also 32-bit. Next, drivers must be 32-bit only. Next, applications also 32-bit is a better configuration. But in applications, you can also use 16-bit also. Support 16-bit also with WoW 32. WoW 32 is nothing but a Windows on Windows. Okay, Windows 16 on a Windows 32 is there. No 64. support application support lower bit but not higher bit. Okay, so that is thing. Same goes for a 64-bit also. If you take a 64-bit hardware, so operating system must be 64. Okay, and drivers must be 64 and application must be 64. Of course, you can install 32-bit. 128 kind of stuff is not there, so like this. And here it is, one point is there for Windows 10, for Windows 8 and Windows 10. One second. 8, 8.1, 10, because 8.1 is also there. Okay. Wow. 64 is there. Okay. So wow 64. What is this wow? Okay. So wow, for example, wow 64. Don't worry. No one will ask you because no one having that idea. What is wow and all? Windows on 64. But sometimes it is possible like this. If you want to run a Windows 32 application and a Windows 64 OS, need a wow 64. It is built in with the operating system, so no problem. That's why when you install, okay. So application location is, what is the default application location, guys? In Windows, C drive,
Programs.
program, files. Okay, and two locations in a Windows 7, Windows 8. This is for a 64-bit application. This is for a 32-bit application. In our operating system, we have a in a 7 also 7 is also there like this. You can install 32-bit 64 directly, no problem. But there is a problem here, but there is no problem here. Why? Because of built-in WOB is there in a 7, 8 time. Of course, it not support 16-bit application, not 64-bit. That much lower it won't go. These are the default location of your application. This is specifically for 64-bit. This is for a 32-bit application. When it comes to the difference between 32-bit and 64, guys, look at here. In 64, okay, so it's there is a difference. Okay, instruction length. (32-bit) in 32 and 64. Instruction length is 32 in a 32-bit, 64 in a 64-bit. Okay, so that is the one. Here it is. Virtualization, like a VTX, not available. Not available. It is available. You have to check it because no guarantee it is available. So it means you have to check based on CPU. So for example, Windows 10 RAM requirement, how much? 1 GB. Here it is 2 GB RAM requirement, means big RAM requirement. Example is big RAM requirement. Even though it is a faster and complex, it is a faster. Why? Because of we are putting big RAM and complex instructions it can able to process. Complex instructions it can able to process. Okay. Also secure boot. UEFI feature is there. Okay. 32-bit literally very old. So indication of 32-bit is x86. Okay. One is x86. Actually, x86 represent Intel processor. x86, x32, 32-bit. Okay. Like this. Sometimes Intel x86 underscore 32, i3 86, i5 86. Don't think i5 i3 means sir it is a processor you are telling. No. It is the old names. It is like that. Okay. X64 64-bit. Okay. x86 underscore 64. Okay. x86 underscore 64-bit also they will tell. This code is not given, but this code is given. Sometimes it is also given AMD 64. x86 represent Intel, AMD represent AMD type of processor only. AMDs are very less 32-bit processor. So initially they started 32-bit processor like a Intel only, but very less 32-bit processor. They immediately step into 64. Most of the AMD and that too currently all AMDs are 64 only. Blindly you can go. This is based on a thing. Okay, so like that. So different type of differences are there. It is to see the very silly thing, sir. Who will ask you basic thing like a 32-bit processor, 64? It is a very nonsense. Okay, you are asking, you are telling that is just for a noted purpose only. People ask for a DevOps, cloud computing. That is the technology we should know it. This is an there is no thing is like a useless kind of guys. It is. I'm trying to say it is things may ask in interview first of all. Second is you must know when you are installing some application, compulsory check the bit version. It is a Windows little bit comfortable, but if you take Linux, for example, 64-bit OS, for example, compulsory 64-bit application you have to install. 32 won't work here. Guaranteed won't work. Okay, here it is compulsory OS and drivers only I'm telling, but application lower bit also works. Application won't work with the lower bits. So in those conditions, compulsory no, you must install 64 32-bit for our usage, for interviews, for working environment. So compulsory knows the basic things. Okay. So anyway, because of drivers, I told that information also. So get it that one. Okay. So again, what are the drivers? The drivers are simply a program or a software. Drivers are help our kernel to understand a device to understand devices and how to work with it. That is main importance of drivers. Okay, so I'm not unable to type everything because time again, but if you understand this one printer kind of stuff, that is very important. But how to manage the drivers, that is also, we'll go to that one. Okay, so example, printer drivers. Okay, also you can try because why I'm giving example. So if you forget sometimes you can try what is printer drivers, how to load printer drivers, why we need, like that you will understand automatically. So you need a guideline, so right? NIC LAN card drivers. LAN card drivers, audio drivers, audio chip, graphic card, drivers, graphic card related drivers. Okay. Now how to open a device drivers? One is go to control panel. There you can find device drivers. Also you can Devmgmt.msc update this thing in run commands. I told no, so that is also devmgmt. Go for it also. So I'm going to device management. Yeah, it is already open. So device management directly I'm opening. Oh, very good. I open in my physical machine. Okay, no problem. So I will show you. Look at this. These are my device drivers. I have a blue printers. Look at this. This is my printer. This is my network adapters. Okay, network adapters, Bluetooth adapters, processors. Okay, sound related one, storage controllers, system device. Okay, so when you see this question mark or like this, a warning mark, question mark kind of stuff, it means the related driver or a device is not connected or drivers are not installed. So we'll go to here, devmgmt.msc. You can go to control panel and open also. So for me, this magnifier is always important to open. So what I will do, I'll put a pin to start. Pin to start. Then what happen? When I click this one, automatically magnifier is there. So I can simply open a magnifier. So pin to start. Okay. So look at here. If you can able to see closely, these are all my drivers. For you, I will show you the other things about a drivers. I select my network driver to show you few more things. Yeah, before that one, go to this our computer name, right click, scan for hardware changes. It means you connect a device. When you connect a device and you are already having a drivers, so this will scan a new hardware. Any hardware is added, is any drivers are already we have, so it will load. If drivers are not loaded, okay, it will show you the device here. It will show the device here and show in the question mark wise. Okay, so question mark wise. Missing drivers wise. It means you connected a device, immediately system will sense. Sometimes it is not done. You have to forcibly scan any hardware is changed or added. So then system will find any hardware is added and it display here in the list. Okay, that is the so next plug and play. This is a cute name is PNP, like a transistor name. So plug and play. What is this plug and play? So when a device is connected, okay, our system load drivers related to the device. Sense the device and try to load drivers related to the device. So if you already OS having drivers or already OS drivers are installed, it will load it. That kind of service we call it as a plug and play. Nothing but a service. You can manage that one also. Okay. And I will tell you a few more things, one or two things, like this is a network adapter. This is our thing. It's a generic only. It means it is automatically came. So here we got update drivers, disable drivers, uninstall the drivers, scan for hardware changes, properties. Okay, you can also go to properties. There you will get status. Okay, it is also in the troubleshooting, guys. So if it is showing device is not working, code 10, code 20, it means there is a problem with your drivers. Okay, there is a problem with the device or a drivers. Next. So these are the certain settings about your hardware device. This is the driver information, details, location of the drivers. You can see the location also. Here it is. Status, okay, column code, classes. No problems, nothing. Instance path means device path. Power options, resources. These are the memory IRQ numbers, like that. Events. So it will generate events. Okay. So I'm not going that much of depth. So only thing, if it is showing working properly means hardware means your hardware and drivers or generally okay, working good. If it is showing not working or code 10 or code 20, you have to search why are you getting. It means problem in hardware or drivers. So what to do if your device is not working? So check the one is check drivers first, then try to uninstall driver. Next, restart PC. Okay, restart the PC. Check and install proper drivers. That is important. Okay, so what you do? You have to uninstall the drivers. How to do it? So I will show you. Drivers, uninstall the device. Okay, so it will uninstall your drivers, then restart the computer. Automatically drivers will be reinstalled. Sometimes you have to install manually. Okay, so that is the one. Second, update drivers. Update drivers, like you can see the old version of the drivers. So you want to update it for a new version. So you can click on update drivers. So it will search in your computer if you already downloaded new version, or you can scan also. Same thing for installation of drivers. You can do like this. You can scan for a drivers, or you can browse for a, means you have a drivers in the particular location. You can give it from here, or you can scan for the drivers. Okay, so it search for drivers versions. If anything is up, need to update from Windows Update, you can update it from here also. I'm not doing that one now, so like that. Device drivers. Next one is rollback drivers. Next one is rollback drivers. What is this rollback drivers? Look at here. Update drivers, one thing. Next one is rollback drivers. What is a rollback? Means after update drivers. Okay, so new drivers not working. Earlier it is working good, now it is not working. Then you can roll back to previous state. So that is rollback drivers. Understand, guys, what is meaning of rollback drivers? You update it, after update it is not working. Earlier it is working good, now it is not working, so you can roll back to the previous state. Disable drivers. Disable drivers means sometimes you got a problem because of the device is working, because of the device you are getting problem, so you can disable the device also. Okay, so like this, these are the options. Compulsory go through once. One more last point is digital signature. So disable drivers. So if you problem is occur, then you can able to so you can disable it for some time or permanently like that. Next, digital signature. signatures conforms drivers by Microsoft. It is a confirmation. Drivers are genuine drivers. It is not from the third party drivers. In 64-bit, okay, digital sign is important. It's compulsory. You can ignore digital signature in a 32-bit, but you cannot ignore. Important means you cannot or ignore. So you can't say like a no problem. Drivers are digital sign is not important. So like that you can't say in the 64-bit. That is another difference in the 32-bit 64-bit. So digital signature is compulsory. Okay. So in compulsory download from the genuine website, means company websites only. It should be digitally signed. Okay. So this is about your drivers, and in the last class what I told, I solved my problem, the sharing problem. So I tried all the solutions and I got a problem. So then how do you solve that problem? So I didn't know this one. Okay. To solve the problem, first one is, I told, it is showing everything is good only, but still network drivers are not working. What I done, I uninstalled the drivers. Actually, not uninstalled it. Accidentally, I deleted it and restart the computer, and then it is came back. Okay. Some problems regarding drivers. Okay. Uninstall drivers. Restart the computer system, computer, laptop, whatever it is. Okay. So automatically it solve the problem. Okay. Or uninstall permanently, install the new drivers. This is what I done to solve my problem. Automatically we find the solution. This is about 32-bit, 64-bit, and drivers, and how to check the drivers and all, and how to do it. You guys understand how to uninstall the drivers?
Yes, sir.
So that's it about a device management. Of course, you can go to control panel also. This is device manager. Okay, so same window will open. This is devices and printers. If you want to manage a connected devices, and also you want to install a printer also. If you want to install a printer also, you can install a printer by clicking on a devices and printers. You add a device or add a printer. In generally don't add any device if until unless it's something like a Bluetooth kind of stuff. See, these are the devices. I'm adding a printer. I'm adding a printer. It is searching for a printer. So how to add a printer also I'm trying to show you. I click on add printer. It is searching for a connected printer. But in my virtual machine, I didn't connect any printer. The printer that has not listed. So I click on this one and it is asking where is your printer. It's a wall drivers, or if you have any shared printer, then you have to give the shared printer kind of stuff. You add a printer using TCP/IP means if you have a network printer, then you have to select this one. Very good. Okay. So this is for a network printer. If you have any network printer or a shared printer, then you can use it. This is also same thing. Okay, this is a shared printer information directly. This is for a directly network printer. Okay, this is actually shared printer purpose. Okay, this is a network printer. This is for a Bluetooth, wireless, or a network discoverable printers. And this is for a local, means directly connected. Local means directly connected printer, means you have a printer is directly connected to your computer, USB printer or like that. Okay, or network printer, you want to configure a network printer by connecting directly. Okay, so this is for already established network printer through IP address or a host name, you can able to access it. Okay, this is a shared printer. Network is very less. Okay, so I'm selecting last one. Next, new port or low. Yeah, existing port only. So it is list certain printers. Actually, old operating systems and even a old Windows 10, it shows different company printers, Canon, Epson, Brother, like that. But this is not having any printer. Pin means it is a dot matrix printer. Okay, so I'm selecting this generic printer. This is the Microsoft printers. Okay, it is not required. This is a generic IBM printer. Okay, like this. Next, actually, you have to download a printer drivers and you have to install it. Actually, I don't have a printer to my virtual machine. I'm not sharing. I do not share this printer. Okay. Otherwise, I have to copy a printer to it. So whenever you done, so you can see your printers here. This is the printer. Okay, this is the printer. Right click on it and make it as a default printer. Set as a default printer. Okay. Then you can see a green check mark. Green check mark means when you give a print, automatically the printer will shows on your screen. They're not required. I have a document on my screen. So I'm giving Control P for a printer. See, automatically our printer is selected here. So it will want to ask you which printer you want to do it. That is called a default printer. There's a lot of other options also there. So that's enough. Okay. And also you can see what's printing. This is a whenever your print is going on in this pool, it shows what are the printers are going on. You want to see the properties, go to printer properties, not this property, go to printer property only. So if you want to share it, you can share it from here. This is additional drivers. Our drivers are 64 drivers by default. You want to add a 32-bit drivers, you can add it. Also ARM 64. ARM processors are there, no? Like a Raspberry Pi type, that is a ARM type of processors. So in that kind of processors, if you want to add those drivers, you can add it also. So drivers are very important in a sharing part. Ports, advanced, pool. Important concept is here pool, spooled, SPOOLED. Not pool, it is a spool. And other priorities and all. What is a spooled means? When you given a print, it is going to a location. So same thing, I will go to this. Now I'm giving a print. Just click on a print. Print is loaded and you can see the small icon here, print icon. So if you open, it is show here. Printer is going on. So it is showing error because of printer is not there. If in case you given a print and you don't want to take a print, so then simply you can go to this option, cancel, yes, then it will delete and finally it will become free. See, so make sure this is must be empty, okay, if you are not taking any prints. Otherwise what happen, when you connect a printer, automatically it takes prints, okay, spooler. So this is about a drivers, about how to add a printer to our PC. You guys understand? Local printer installation.
Yeah, sir, got it.
Got it? Yeah, it is one shot.